All right, welcome back, everybody. Today, a very momentous day in the history of South Africa. It was 25 years ago, exactly today, on the 11th of February 1990, that Nelson Mandela was released from the Victor Verster prison. It's a day that will always be etched in our minds, doesn't matter how many generations pass. It was a turning point in the history of South Africa. I see a statement this morning coming out from the presidency, President Jacob Zuma, saying in his tribute that Mandela will continue to inspire South Africans. And he certainly will. President Zuma says the day marks a giant leap in the long walk to freedom, not just for Madiba, but also for the people of South Africa. According to President Zuma, February the 11th marks a decisive advance towards the goal to create a united society based on fundamental human rights. So there you go. Those are the words from our president on this very, very special morning, looking back 25 years ago. Nelson Mandela, as you know, was incarcerated for 27 years in and around Cape Town. And after his release from Drakenstein Correctional Facility, then Victor Verster prison at the time, he made his very first, now iconic speech as a free man from the balcony of the City Hall. But his memory is honoured in many ways across the mother city, and his presence is still felt there.
There's Mr. Mandela, Mr. Nelson Mandela, a free man taking his first steps into a new South Africa.
Beamed around the world, the iconic first sight of Nelson Mandela after 27 years. Books, films, documentaries, opinion pieces and interviews of important people all flowed from this powerful moment in South African history. But more importantly, for most ordinary South Africans, it was a moment of glory, almost too big to contain.
I think I was around about 17, 16 years old, and I can remember that day my parents just watched the TV from they started saying that he was coming out of prison, and my brother then ran to the main road because we used to live close to that main road where he came from. And I remember the bridge was full of people and everyone just had goosebumps. It was like almost Christmas.
If needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die.
It was the happiest moment in my life because I've always been a great fan of Madiba. So I was very happy to be there and listen to him giving the speech, the same speech that he gave in the dock in 1960 when he was arrested. So it was okay, it was nice. It was a very historical moment.
From the Nelson Mandela Gateway that leads to the World Heritage Site of Robben Island, where he spent most of his 27 years in prison, to statues, many times depicting a warm, smiling Madiba. Madiba's presence is felt everywhere in this most southern city of Africa.
That man, I bless him in his grave, my Sulat. Honestly, my Sulat, I would love it to see a guy that can follow his footsteps and do what he does for us. And still, although he's not there anymore, he's still doing it. That's his name.
But the statesman is also a favorite of graffiti artists, painting him in every guise or brandishing quotes on former barren walls. For many, it's not hard to find words to describe him.
Father.
Greatness.
Impactful.
Vivacious.
A hero.
And now, over a year after his passing, and 25 years since his first steps of freedom, how long will he be remembered?
As long as we live, we're going to remember him for eternally, I can say, yeah, because he's a hero to everyone. Yeah, even us, we were not born when he was released, but we know him.
I think for centuries to come, because honestly, he's made history and he changed a lot of lives. So he'll be remembered for his positive impact in South Africa and in the world, being a peaceful man.
He's a diamond that shines. A diamond starts as something, right? Something that people don't care about. But for as long as it is underground, then it becomes something very precious. There's no value that can buy the blood of Madiba.
He done too much things for the country, and he's a legend. And there's nothing bad you can talk about the Madiba. He will always be our father.
Mariska Botha, SABC News, Cape Town.